Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm a Universal Roots Global Arts Ambassador for FENIX 360, and I'm blessed to be joined today by the multidisciplinary artist, TADDY P. Hey, TADDY P, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, man? Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, it is my pleasure. Thanks, TADDY P. Hey, listen, TADDY P, I'm looking forward to learning about all the different multidisciplines of art that you create. I mean, you are an acclaimed bass player and a producer, and you're now mentoring other artists and students. And so I'm looking forward to sharing some of those insights. But first, may we share some of your music? I would love it if we would share your track, Heart of Stone, with Tanya Stevens. Would that be cool?
Oh, that would be awesome, for
All
sure.
right, excellent. All right,
Yeah.
everyone, let's tune in now to Taddy P with Tanya Stevens and Heart of Stone.
How can you hurt me and still be on top of me? Yes, all is possible in this dichotomy. Guess what you really adore is my anatomy. You don't love me at all. Heart of stone. I should leave you alone. You got a heart of stone. Still I call you my own. I spot all the problems in my analytical world. Why then do I keep being such a typical girl? Against all odds, I still hope for the best, but there can be no happiness with a heart of stone. I should leave you alone. You got a heart of stone. Still, I call you my own. Oh, so cold and unfeeling. Oh, so stubborn, unyielding. Oh, trespassing, stealing. Oh, uncanny power wielding. So leave you alone. You got a heart of stone. Still, I call you my own. So in love with the idea of having a man. Better it be you than a succession of one night stands. But is the thought of being a wife worth spending the rest of my life with a heart of stone? I really should leave you alone. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, dog yes, me. You got a heart of stone. I should leave you alone. You got a heart of stone. Still I call you my own.
Taddy P, blessed love. Thank you, brother. I appreciate sharing your
Listen.
music, and also your collaboration with Tanya Stevens. And listen,
hmm
now I'm interested in learning about you. Can you tell me where you're from and how did you first get involved in music?
Well, I am a son of Montego Bay, Jamaica. Um, First got involved with music. Uh, I would say from church, like most people, like most artists, they started in the church.
Yeah.
And I my first involvement with reggae music was when Bob Marley died. You know, his music was being played all over the country. So you be on the street, you be on the radio, wherever, and his music. That was my first introduction to reggae music. I remember, but the church is where it all started, and
Right.
from there, my high school, Herbert Morrison Technical High School. That's when my real training started.
And in music, you had a love, of course, I'm sure, for music and the influence of Bob Marley, so prevalent, and so sad, I'm sure, when he passed. And so let me ask this question, with in school, and where you were trained, how was
Mhm.
it that you gravitated to the bass to become a bass player?
Oh, that's a funny story because I did not know I had the talent of music. I wanted to be a football player, or you guys call it soccer player,
Sure. Yeah.
inspired by Maradona, of course, inspired by Maradona, and that's what I wanted to do. You know, um, when I went to my high school, Robert Technical High School, I heard the band rehearsing one day after school, and I followed the sound to the room, and I was glued. That was my first, I just wanted to be a part of that. When I looked in the room with the students rehearsing, I'm like, I wanted to be a part of that. That's when I found out that, this music is like a magnet.
It's
It pulled
absolutely.
me in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say, Teddy P. That magnetic impulse that you felt at that door,
Yes. Yes.
and really you didn't realize at the moment, but that doorway, as it opened for your heart, you know what I mean, has now expressed so much as far as your
Yes.
contributions throughout your
Yes.
career, which is a storied one. Now, listen, that bass.
Oh,
What? Tell me about the bass. Like, you know what I mean? What first got you involved?
my first instrument in that band was the trombone, and after because that was the only instrument available at the time. I didn't care what instrument. I just wanted to be a part of it.
You just
So
want
it was my first instrument, and then after that, the bass player for the band graduated, so they transferred me from trombone to bass, and that's when my bass journey started. Just just by default.
yeah,
And
the
when I
opening.
started to play in the bass, when I started to play in the bass, I'm like, I just fell in love with it, man. You just have this, bass is commanding sound, and it's just robust, and it's just me.
Yeah, I was gonna say it becomes an extension of you, and
Yeah.
you have met, and and that bass has a spirit, as do all these
Oh, for
instruments. And
sure, for
so
sure.
you combine with that,
Yes.
and your soul's calling has brought you into this music now, and you have shared stage and been present with so many other talents there from the island. Can you tell me, were there artists that you were particularly influenced by, or appreciated and loved, that helped kind of encourage your own career?
Well, I used to listen a lot of jazz,
Uh-huh.
apart from reggae. So I definitely was influenced by Santana, Marcus Miller, bass player, from reggae music. Family Man Barrett, he's the bass player for Bob Marley. He was the bass player for Bob Marley.
Uh-huh.
So, though also James, George Benson,
Yeah.
those musicians inspired me a lot because from jazz to reggae, you know, those I used to listen to them a lot, and they inspired me, which was extension into my recording career. When I started as an instrumentalist recording, um, Santana, I looked to Santana because I like the fact that he is a is an instrumentalist, but as an instrumentalist, there's not a lot of instrument or in the jazz genre. He made it like to the pop genre, to the Billboard charts, mainstream, and I like that about him. So my first recordings were definitely inspired by Santana.
Oh, that's
For
excellent.
example, Heart if you listen to Heart of Stone, it's a definitely inspiration from Santana.
That's beautiful, brother. And to have
Yeah.
the kind of proficiency of the artists you mentioned, is inspiring. But to actually achieve that level, it takes so much hard work and dedication. So
Oh,
this,
for sure, for
right,
sure.
your drive, however, inspired by these greats, has
Mhm.
also lent itself into your greatness. But that's after a lot of labor, and
Oh,
focus, and so that's why I also appreciate so much the dedication to your craft. Now, listen, in working with now some of these very famous and talented artisans that you share stage with, you know,
yes.
and you've also, traveled and performed around the world. Can you tell me about some
Mhm.
of your international experience in terms of performance?
Oh, for sure. Blessed to travel and work with some of the best in the business.
Yeah.
For example, Maxi Priest, Diana King, Tanya Stevens as well, Shaggy, been to most countries in the world. Um, it's just, oh, for me, it's an overjoy feeling to, have that being a part of my life, you know. And I have this saying that we say that, it's we 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 do what we love and get paid for doing it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people, where a lot of people vacation, we get paid to go vacation because a lot of times I look at it as I look at it as vacation because I never feel like I'm working.
Right. If you're really loving what you're doing, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
not really work. It's just expressing your love, man. And
yeah,
for it to,
man.
but if your vocation is like a vacation, then you're really living well, brother.
Yeah,
Right?
man. Yeah, man. A blessing to travel to Japan, all over Europe, all over Africa, oh, almost everywhere, man.
Oh, that is brilliant. And listen, I love the fact that
Oh,
you have been to so many different countries and you've
yeah,
experienced different cultures as well and brought and
sure.
introduced reggae music to a large global audience. Now, were there any
Yes.
of those locations in mind that you recall, was overwhelmingly responsive? Is there any particular market that you feel like, wow, they really, resonate to what we're giving?
What always get me is when we go to the non-English speaking countries and to see how they respond to our English speaking music with such rounding, appreciation.
Yes.
Um, it always gets me.
Mhm.
For example, Japan is one of them. Listen, me, they have this concert that we've been doing for years called Reggae Japan Splash.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, thousands of people. And, all these European countries like, Germany, um, Poland,
Uh-huh.
it just, for me, it's just amazing to see the music at work.
Right. Exactly. Actually,
Yes.
bringing up the vibration, the frequency,
Y-
and
Yes.
but you can recognize, I assume, on stage, just the overwhelming, energy and appreciation, the love, and even if there is the English speaking barrier,
Language
there's
barrier.
still an
Yeah.
understanding and feeling that
Yes.
is that
Yes.
yes, and that
Yes.
response
Yeah.
is, I bet it feeds your heart, man. You know,
Yes, yes. It for me it's just amazing to show you that music is just a universal language, man.
no question about it, man. And with
Yes,
roots music too, man, it is a healing
yes.
vibe, and
Oh,
it's
for sure.
inclusive. You know what I mean? It is definitely this one love experience
Hmm.
that Bob so eloquently developed and delivered, and it just blends his rhythm, I think, through all of Roots in such
Yeah.
a magnificent way, and also truly through what you're creating. Now, Taddy P, tell me, what is the current focus for you? What is your current work? What are you working on?
Right now, I'm working on a lot of solo work, a lot of vocal work. Um, I'm exploring and expressing myself as a vocalist.
Great.
That is my current focus. Like 100% focus is on that. Coming next year, I'm gonna have a lot of releases. But I
Sweet.
my previous release, One More Try. Oh my God, is just amazing, and it's just for me, it's evolution. In
Uh-huh.
in that part of my artistry.
Well, that growth, it's interesting. It's like, a lot of times that bass player position is taking more of a back seat,
Yes,
role in a band's
yes.
delivery. So for you to move to the forefront, I can see as an evolution of your progress. And now, one in which we all can really enjoy, man. It's you in the front, bro.
I can tell you, I can tell you this. I can tell you this. I can tell you this, it's very scary.
I bet, man. I know what you're saying. There's a lot more pressure, right?
Yeah.
I know. Your
Oh
buddy
my
Boots
God.
Brown will tell you,
Oh yeah.
that he so comfortably is there in the front. But let me tell you, this is a place where you deserve to be as well. And I'm looking for
Yeah.
all the new work that you're actually releasing, coming out with. Something else I wanted to share
Yeah.
and shine some light on as well. And because I like working with emerging artists and encouraging them. And this is something that you do through teaching as well, don't you? Tell me a little bit about your teaching work.
I totally believe that my purpose on this earth is to inspire.
Yes.
So it give me great pleasure to pass on knowledge to anybody, anyone that needs it, that wants it. So I have, different things that I go back to school, go to schools. My alma mater is one of my favorite one to go, Herbert Morrison. I go to schools and I help kids, students. My phone line is open to anybody that needs any information that I could help them with. Yeah,
That's
that's
beautiful.
something that I'm very passionate about too.
Yeah. Taddy P, that's, kind of built into your why of why you're here and why you're delivering this,
Yes,
is to inspire
yes,
others. And
yeah,
I appreciate that a lot too, because, as an inspirator, what we're looking to do is to
yeah,
draw out in them the recognition
yes,
of their own divine calling. And, you're not unlike the time that you were looking inside that classroom and you were called. In a similar vein, a lot of these kids, I think, also have in them something that needs to be kind of drawn out. And that's what a true inspirator
yes.
will do, you know?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yes.
That is excellent. Now, how about this, Taddy P? That's also kind of you and generous to make yourself available to those that might want to directly connect with you. How do fans connect with you in the social realms and in the digital world?
Oh, for sure. All the social media platforms, I'm on it. It's the first and easiest way to do it is to Google TADDY P. Google Taddy P. You will see I will be coming up on Instagram, Taddy P _base, on Facebook, Facebook.com/Taddy P. Go to YouTube, you go to Taddy P Music on YouTube, and I'm everywhere, man. I'm on the Spotify, I'm on all the streaming platforms, all my music is there. Once you Google me, you will see it come up everywhere.
Excellent, man. Well, we're also looking forward to Taddy P being on the FENIX 360 app platform so that fans can discover and connect with you there. And listen,
Yes.
I'm so happy to have connected with you to share your music and to just share some glimpses of some of the contributions that you've offered through your musical career and still
Hmm.
evolving, moving to the forefront so that we can all enjoy and be inspired by you, brother. Thank you so much for connecting with me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It is my
Appreciate it,
pleasure.
man.
It's my pleasure. All right, everybody, tune into the social media links you find below for Taddy P and look for his rise on FENIX 360. And brother, blessings and respect, Taddy P. You take care.
Big up FENIX 360.
Thanks, Taddy P. Blessings.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Yeah, one more try. Yeah, yeah, hey.
Yeah.
I tried so hard to leave. Remembered how you treated me, but really couldn't turn a blind eye. Decide to give this one more try. Girl, your love I cannot deny. Sticking with me through rough times. Don't give up even when you see the signs. Like to repay you for damage done. Oh girl, it's time for you to have some fun. Girl, you deserve a love that's full of irie vibes. Even though I try to go, I can't cause you're my tribe. I tried so hard to leave. Remembered how you treated me, but really couldn't turn a blind eye. Decide to give this one more try. Girl, your love I cannot deny. I started to pack my bags to leave. Remembered how you treated me, but really couldn't turn a blind eye. decide to give it one more try. Girl, your love I just can't deny. After all this pain, you still so fine. Oh girl, you're one of a kind. Yeah, the way you do, you blow my mind. This is a wonderful sign. Girl, you deserve a love that's full of happy vibes. Even though I try to go, I can't cause you're my tribe. I tried so hard to leave. Remember how you treated me, but really couldn't turn a blind eye. Decide to give this one more try.